In this video, I'm going to talk about how to believe in yourself and build unstoppable confidence. So when it comes to believing in yourself, believing that you can achieve your desires, believing that you can live the life that you really want to live, a lot of time people say that you have to believe. And sometimes we feel like, oh my God, I can't believe, what should I do? I feel stuck. How do I believe? And we start to beat ourselves up or become very hard on ourselves for not believing. And the more we do that, the more we go towards not believing. The more we start to really question what is wrong with us. Why am I not believing? So one thing that I want to tell you, which is going to change everything, this information can change your life. If you ever struggle with believing in everything, this information is the deal breaker for you. It will change everything. So you want to pay a lot of attention. The key is that your job is not to believe. And I know that sounds very controversial because all your life you have been hearing, you have to believe. And here I'm telling you, your job is not to believe. But listen to this. I have found this after years of struggling to believe. And when I found this, my life changed night and day. I manifested crazy things. I achieved a 22-room house in Greater London within one year. Within 1 year, while I was living in 1-bedroom flat. So from 1 bedroom to 22 rooms. Can you imagine? And I turned my annual income into monthly income. Crazy things. When I learned the fact that you don't have to believe. In fact, you can do this instead. And what you want to understand is that how is belief created? Belief for Proctor took 9 years to find this secret information, this beautiful golden nugget of information, which I'm literally about to share with you now. That a belief is created by constantly assessing an idea. So when in your life you were told over and over and over again that you're not good enough, you start to believe that. Probably I'm not good enough. When you were told you're not good at this, or you're not worthy, your money is hard to earn, over and over again, you believed it. So when you were exposed to an idea over a period of time, you start to believe it. It is literally the same way you learn a language. How do you learn to speak your native language? You hear it over a period of time and then you just start talking with it. That means it's programmed into you. That also means that your beliefs are programmed into you. And what you want to understand is that if you expose yourself to a different idea over a period of time, you will start to believe that. But it's about exposing yourself to a new idea over a period of time. And these are the ways that you can expose yourself, that you can break the old beliefs. Because once you start to break the old beliefs, the new beliefs are created automatically. There are 3 powerful steps to do that. The first step is to really challenge your old belief and say, according to who? Is it on my birth certificate and I'm not good enough? Is it written on my forehead? Do I have a tattoo by my creator or source that I'm not good enough? According to who, right? And then you start to look at people who didn't come. Maybe your belief is that because I didn't finish my degree, or because I don't belong from a rich family, or because I'm not hardworking, or I didn't get A in my university, whatever that belief is coming from, you can start to find evidence around you of people who are university dropouts, who are not on paper were meant to be highly successful, who had the challenges that you are having, the limitations that you're putting on yourself, and they have done it. Once you start to find those evidence, your beliefs start to loosen up. So it's about finding the evidence and challenging your current belief. The second thing you want to understand is that it's really powerful when you expose yourself to different data, because your belief has been created over an assessment, over seeing something or being exposed to something over a long period of time. You have unwavering faith that sun rises and then sets, right? You have unwavering belief because you have seen it all your life. You wouldn't even question that. But the reason that you believe it now is because you have seen it. So what if we start seeing different things? That means, what if we make million normal? What if we start to make million small? What if we start to expose ourselves on social media, on YouTube, in our real world, everywhere, to those people who are actually doing this, and they're talking big numbers and they're living big numbers, and we just make those numbers normal and start to speak that language, started learning our native language. How did we learn it? By being exposed to it. So Denzel Washington said this in his speech, and I love this, that if you hang around the barber shop long enough, you will get a haircut. So why don't we start hanging around the barber shop where big numbers are available, where if you believe that you cannot charge a high price because nobody's going to pay, start looking at people who are charging way more. Start looking at people who are way more successful and start to tell yourself that it's possible for you, and those people are the evidence. And if you feel like you haven't done the degree, that's why it's not possible, find somebody who's done the degree. If you think you have got some problem that you can't find somebody with the same problem who has done it, you will always find somebody who has done it, and that is showing you the proof. So I had this client of mine who had ADHD, and he said to me that I cannot be a millionaire because I've got ADHD. And during the session, I opened Google and I searched billionaires with ADHD, and literally most of the billionaires had ADHD. And then he said, from today on, I'm taking on the belief that you need ADHD to be a billionaire. So you see, by looking at the evidence and exposing yourself to different facts, you can let your mind to have different meaning. One thing I see a lot of people doing is they force themselves to believe without changing the facts, without changing what they're exposing their mind to. So your mind is like a machine, is like a production machine. Whatever raw material you put in, it will give you the end product. So if you're not exposing your mind with the information that you desire, with the right information, and just forcing yourself to believe differently, it's not going to happen. And it's not your mind's fault, it's not your fault. It's just about exposing yourself to different information. Now, this third one is the most powerful tool to believe, right? And that tool is, if you keep getting emotionally involved with the idea, if you keep visualizing, if you keep falling in love with it, if you start seeing yourself with it, if you create different scenarios and see it and make it so normal and normalize that thing, and let your body really feel it. Because when you visualize something, your body starts to go on that frequency where that thing is, because everything is on a frequency. Everything that you desire is right now on a frequency. It's already done, it's already created. There is no more creation to be done. It's just on a frequency. And when you think about it, your body starts to vibrate on the frequency. Sometimes you can feel goosebumps. Like today, when I was visualizing of one of my visions, I was feeling goosebumps in my body. I was feeling the vibration. So that is literally the vibration. Your body starts vibrating when you're thinking about it. And when you do that, you are impressing your subconscious. And when you keep impressing it, a time will come, your subconscious will accept it. And even if that thing is so illogical and big and crazy for other people, for you, it will be like, I just know it. I just know. I just know it's going to happen. I know. How do you know? What's the proof? What's the facts? What is the probability? The logic goes out of the window. You just know, because you have got your subconscious mind to accept it. And now it's going to attract whatever is required from the quantum to manifest it for you. And you are going to act in alignment to manifest it, even without knowing what you're doing, even without knowing the whole process, because your subconscious controls you 98% throughout the day. So it will make you do whatever is required. It controls you. No matter how much you try to do things in a different way, it controls you. So your job is to just implant it in your subconscious. And when you keep feeding it and keep feeding it with light-hearted energy, with playful energy, with joy, with falling in love with the idea, it will just accept it. And then even for others, it might feel like reaching the stars. For you, it will be normal. For you, it's inevitable. And that's when you are on that frequency. So this third tool is really, really powerful. And when you do all three of them, you don't have to force yourself to believe. You will just not help but believe. I hope that helps. I'll see you soon. Bye.